Congratulate Virginia. Uh, they did a great job tonight. They did the things you have to do to win football games. They outrushed us 210 yards to 93. And when you can't stop the run and you can't consistently run the ball, you're not going to win many games. And then you end up not converting on third downs in some situations and have more trouble in the red zone. But the offense hung in there, obviously scored enough points to win, but we didn't stop the run. We had 2 turnovers. We had a quarterback fumble that led to points, so we didn't step up with sudden change defense very well. We dropped a punt right before the half where they scored very easily. That was a 20 and a 30-yard drive. We came back and drove the length of the field and didn't get points when we were down about the 10-yard line at the end of the half. We wasted a timeout on defense that a player called, which is unusual. We don't usually have that. We didn't have a timeout in our pocket like we should have. And then we had 2 or 3 key penalties that really hurt us, 2 unsportsmanlike penalties and a holding penalty on a tight end that cost us a touchdown and had it called back. Really proud of the kids and the coaches that they fought to hang in there and down 21, but fought to come back and have a chance to win. And now, like at Florida State, we've got to start winning these games that are close at the end. It's not good enough to fight back and be close. Close doesn't help you. You got to win. And any loss is disappointing. This one's disappointing. We got to learn to win on the road. We've said it. It's there. It's real. We just got to do it. And we'll have to put this one behind us after we watch it tomorrow on Vimeo and head over to play Duke. Questions?
All right, group, if you have a question, please use the raise hand function. We will begin with Andrew Jones. Go ahead, Andrew.
Hey, Coach, what was the reasoning behind Toe being in there on that punt return that he ended up dropping instead of Daz?
Toe is one of the more sure-handed players on our team, and he also makes really good decisions around the 10. So he's been there since we've been here. He's always taken them inside the 10.
And on their last drive, when they had the 4th down, you guys they had the fake, the direct snap. What did you guys have called on that, and what went wrong?
You talking about their fake punt?
Yes.
Yeah, we were in a position to stop it, and we obviously he had to bounce and go back the other way, and we lost our contain on the backside and didn't tackle him. Good play by them.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go to CL Brown, please.
Hey, Mack, in the first half, what can you explain to us how the officials broke down the inadvertent whistle, the play that ended up being the do-over early in the second quarter?
Yeah, they said that since it was an inadvertent whistle, we could go back and either have 3rd down again or play 4th down. And obviously we wanted to go back and try to make it again on 3rd down.
And how do you keep this? You've talked before about not letting one loss spiral or one big win, get you in trouble next week. How do you keep this loss from not sabotaging the season, not allowing this to kind of linger over their heads?
We're still in a lot better shape than we were this time last year. And we know that. So we've got to build on what we've done and move forward. There were opportunity after opportunity tonight. I mean, you look at Sam Howell, 23 of 28 for 443 yards and 5 touchdowns. I mean, there's a lot of really good things that we can, 4 touchdowns that we can take out of the night that will help us grow as a team.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, let's go over to Greg Barnes.
Hey, Mack, what challenges do they present running the ball? I know we talked about the QB run a lot this week, but what makes them so effective?
They put so many in the box, Greg, and that's why they gave up 443 yards passing. I mean, it's they just decided we're not going to let you run, but they left us in one-on-one situations outside, and we took advantage of it, and it gave us a chance to hang in the game.
And I know you mentioned at halftime not handling the sudden change situations as well as you would have liked. What's the key to getting the team to improve in those areas?
I think be confident on defense and love that challenge and be excited about it. And that's something that we really haven't handled really, really well since we got here. Florida State, we have the block punt. They go out and score in one play. And that's an area that we really have to improve on our defense is we've got to take that challenge of when we have a turnover down in our in our part of the field. We've got to step up and do a better job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go to Mary Mack Porter.
Coach Brown, your team was really effective on third down, but you had 4 of 4 fourth downs converted. How do you step up and make sure you're making that final play with your defense? How do you change that going forward?
Well, I didn't think we played very well tonight, Mary Mack. I thought on defense, we when you give up 210 yards rushing and you only force one turnover, that's where you stop third and fourth downs because if you allow people to have short yardage plays on fourth down, and most of theirs they were 1 or 2 yards, then you have trouble stopping them, and because we weren't stopping the run anyway.
All right, let's go to Gregory Hall. Go ahead, Gregory.
Mack, penalties continue to be an issue for your team. At what point does it need to be more on the player's responsibility to get those fixed?
It's on us. We coach these guys every day. We're supposed to have them in the right places, and we're supposed to help them make the plays. And all they need to do is have more confidence. They tried as hard as they could. Most teams would have quit at Florida State, and this team didn't. I'm so proud of the way they fought back. Most teams would have quit tonight because not much was happening good, especially in the late second and early third quarter. But the guys kept fighting and competing. And as long as they'll do that, we can coach them and we'll get better at putting them in the right places.
Who were the drivers of the comeback in the second half tonight? Who was on the sidelines leading the team and keeping the team up?
You know, it'd be hard to say, Greg. I'm screaming and trying to think and help them. So I'm not usually looking around that sideline to see who's over there doing things. But I think obviously you look at what Sam Howell did tonight. It's unbelievable. We saw one of the best performances I've ever seen from a quarterback. So it's a shame that nobody will be talking about that tomorrow because the game didn't end up like we wanted it to. But I'll be talking about it because it bodes great for the future for us. And then we've got to have more turnovers. I mean, we don't get sacks and we don't get turnovers. And it's amazing we've won 4 games without more turnovers. Last week we had 4. But other than that, we've had very few all year. So we've got to stop the run better. We've got to force more turnovers, and we got to force more sacks. And when you get to the quarterback, you tip some balls like we did last week and disrupt his timing. That's when you start getting more turnovers.
All right, let's close up back over to Greg Barnes. Go ahead, Greg.
Back talking about that passing game, De'Ami Brown had another huge night tonight. What has he done so well really the last 2 weeks here?
I think he's gotten his confidence back. He wasn't pleased with his performance down at Florida State, and he's really gotten his focus back and gone back to work and just tried to be the best player he can be. And tonight he was a superstar. He and Sam gave us a chance to get back in the game.
Thank you.
And then glad Choppery caught his long touchdown pass as well.
All right, Coach. Thanks for your time tonight.
Thank you. The other thing that you look at rushing yards, but you also look at number of plays. They had 73 plays to our 61. And some of that's because we scored quickly. But I think, again, you go back to the 2 fumbles, the poor sudden change, their ability to run the ball and keep us off the field. They had it 34 minutes and 34 seconds compared to 25-26. And that's usually a formula, even though we threw it as well as we did, that gets you beat, because that's we've been having that formula. We've been keeping people off the field. We've been running the ball. We've been beating people down. And that opens up the play action pass. And tonight we just had to absolutely go 1 minute offense for a complete half and try to win the game through the air. And that's not how most teams are consistently good. And we can't be this way and be the team that we want to be. So we've got to go back to tonight and try to get a little sleep and grade this one. We talk about getting rid of wins as soon as we can. You got to get rid of losses the same way. I haven't done that very well in my past. I've got to do better because I've got to help these young guys get ready to go to Duke. And I saw an early Duke score where they were dominating Charlotte. So they'll be excited about seeing us come on the road next week.